2,000-year-old man to our Hanukkah celebration. Please give him a welcome.
He must be older than that.
A shame dunk.
Maybe you can give some of
You
your
have to translate that.
background.
What you watch? Just.
He's wrong.
He doesn't hear very well. Maybe you can give some of your background to our guests who may not know you. You are 2,000 years old. How did you manage to reach that age?
Well, you know the expression. You should live to 120. Bis 120 Jahre. My Yiddish wasn't very good. I thought they meant 100 times 20.
Did they
That's
speak?
2,000.
Did they speak Yiddish way back then?
No, Yiddish, no. They spoke, the ancient languages. Canaanish, Hittish, Amorish, Frisish, Hivish, Jebusish.
I've never heard of Jebusish. Do you remember any of these languages?
Yes! No. Maybe. Gay and Drab. Gay Kakanaf and Yam. Chak Minister China.
That sounds just like Yiddish.
Yes. Maybe it is Yiddish. Maybe I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I'm not so young anymore,
When did you start speaking Yiddish? That dates from the Middle Ages, if I'm not mistaken.
You mean the Little Ages?
The period that I am speaking of, the 1100s to the 1400s, is commonly known as the Middle Ages.
Commonly, schmommonly. We called it the Little Ages. But the name got changed during the Mongol conquest.
The Mongol conquest. Do you mean the Mongol conquest?
But you don't think I know a Mongol when I see one? I was there. Especially that Genghis boychik. Oh, was he a troublemaker? What a vance was he. A real hilaria. He gave his parents such trouble. The Mongols pronounced the letter L like an M, so they called themselves the Mongols. But we knew them as the Mongols.
And the Little Ages?
No, but all that conquesting going around, everybody lived much shorter lives back then. So we called it the Little Ages. But the Mongols, they called it the Middle Ages. That Genghis, was nicht der Balabatischen Mensch.
Because they couldn't pronounce the L.
That's right! Why would you call it the Middle Ages? Middle of what? Makes no sense.
You seem to have a keen interest in the etymology of words.
Shut! Don't say such a thing.
What did I say?
That word!
What? Etymology?
It's people here, family. You can't say a word like that in front of family.
But etymology... It's the study of the origin of words.
I thought you were saying something dirty.
Tell me, since it is Hanukkah now, can you tell us something about the origins of the word Hanukkah? You must have been around when the great miracle of Hanukkah
It
occurred.
was all on account of that family. The Maccabees.
You mean the Maccabees?
That's what you called them. We called them the Maccabees. Everybody around kept bees, but they didn't, so we called them the Maccabees. You should have known what troublemakers they were going to be.
And they became known as the Maccabees.
After the Mongols' conquest, that Genghis had a lot of influence.
So tell us about the Maccabees. Is it all right if I refer to them as the Maccabees?
Sure, why not? They led an uprising against the Hellenists. Puy. People who worshipped Helen. Puy.
I thought the Hellenists were Greek.
Greek schmeek, that's what everybody wants you to think. There was this maidela named Helen. Puy. Oh, he's such a shame to put him, and she had, Anyway. Everybody loved Helen. Puy. But the peoples, they treated her like a goddess.
She must have been terrible for you to have to spit every time you mentioned her name.
But spit, that was her name in the ancient language. It had a puy at the end of it. H-E-L-E-N, puy. So
the Maccabees led a revolt against the Hellenists.
That's right. But the Maccabees, they were zealots.
They were very passionate about the cause.
Yeah. And also they were zealots. They would make things and try to sell it in the market. That's That's why they were called zealots. Anyway, they weren't very nice. But what were we going to do? They had a lot of influence, like that Genghis boy chick.
But they ultimately prevailed over the Hellenists and rededicated the temple.
There was no temple. We made that up.
No temple.
No. When they built that big, what do you call it, mosque there, we had to come up with something. So we made up the story
Don't
about
put
the
this on
temple.
YouTube.
It's a good story, no? Shh, don't tell anyone.
But they did find the small amount of oil, that a miracle that would burn for 8 days. That didn't happen either.
Oil, right here, really? You believe everything they tell you? I have a pyramid I can sell you.
But we light 8 candles to remember the miracle.
8 candles. That was a mistake.
Mistake.
Yeah. What was the name of that bocher? Judah Lackaby. He was good at making things.
Having fun, Mom. Don't worry about it.
He used to make menorahs, but he wasn't good at counting, so he made one with too many branches, and then they couldn't sell it. So they made up the story about the oil burning to cover his tuchus.
Well, you must have sung many Hanukkah songs through the ages. Do you know many Hanukkah songs?
Many songs. I know hundreds of songs, thousands even. I was a good singer. I used to sing in the choir. I was a tenor.
Really?
Yeah, but you know, after some time, my voice changed and I couldn't hit the high notes anymore. About 1,000 years ago, I became a bass. But I don't like it so much. All that boom, 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 boom. Not like a tenor where you sing la 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 la. All that boom, boom. It's so low, it makes me depressed.
I've always wondered about the history of the songs we know today. How far back they go. What is the oldest Hanukkah song that we still sing?
Oy Hanukkah, oy Hanukkah.
Really? It's that old?
Very old. There was a version in every language, but mostly I remember the Yiddish version. But you know, the words have changed since the original.
Oh, well, do you remember the original?
I remember not exactly the original, but close to the original.
Oh, can you sing it for us?
I would be delighted. Goes like this. Oy Chanukah, tumult bekayantach, me schleppt sich, me krept sich, me esse Schüssel Latkes, die Mädel ist geschwindelt, und macht mir Willen brechen, ich nehme ganze